afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Jambo. I am deeply honored to be standing here today in the presence of, at the very least, two giants. One, an institutional giant in the name of Lily Academy, and two, a real Kenyan giant in the name of Kabenji. You know, let us not pretend about it. I was nowhere near the best even in my village. And so, and even though sometimes we like to, unfortunately, we are socialized in a conservative manner that suggests in a gathering like this, the person who is supposed to be treated like his honorable is the MP. The truth is, this is your day. It is not my day. And the truth is, if it was not for your performance, many of us would not be here today. And I'm glad that the gentleman who preached kept saying, let us not glorify the wealth, the riches, the wisdom. And therefore I pray to God that this will not go into your head, but what will remain in your head is that your own words to the other students, that that mark is not the absolute maximum. You must know that even you had left something in reserve. And therefore you have the capacity to be again the best in high school, the best in college, and indeed there is nothing to stop you from being the best all your life. Particularly if you have the humility to understand and to believe that yours is a mission from God and that you still do not know a lot of things in life. That you may have passed that exam, the challenges ahead are more than you can believe, and every day is another opportunity to learn. And even those who are former students, if you take that attitude, that every day is another opportunity to learn, that we live in this world and learn, even at this age, that we have people here who are in their 50s and 60s and 70s who are now back to college to study, that you never learn enough. The university of life is bigger than any other. And I'm glad that the headmistress said that you are still her students. In fact, I was trying to whisper to her, it is not even when she hands over the certificate. You are her students until she hands you over to the next headmaster or headmistress. And that one will hand you over to the next one. And lo and behold, you will then be a graduate and you will be handed over to the headmasters of life. And they are many. And they are brutal. And they are not necessarily coordinated. And, you know, the headmistress said that it is not easy to get the MP here. It is very easy, just produce the best student. How can I not possibly be associated with the best? But the truth is they have done us proud. And indeed, it allows me to delve very briefly into the issue of why I am working so hard on education in this particular constituency. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you. I was trying to step this here in Japan. One of the first things that happened soon after we were elected and after we had come down from that very ugly incident that was a civil unrest in Kenya, is that we paused to look at the results of KCPE, because as a resident of the area, I was aware we were struggling. And one of the worst things that happened at that time, if you remember, we were a large Athika district. And one of the things I saw is that we were that from bottom in the entire republic. And when you consider some parts of Kenya that are completely deprived, there is no justification for any part of Juja to be performing that poorly, whatever the case. And I embarked on a program on Peter Kenneth and I then, who are the members from Thika district. We actually put money from our own pockets, privately sponsored a study of the education standards in our areas. Subsequently, we were subdivided into 2 districts, or 3, in fact, sorry, mine are 3 on my own. And then you have Peter. So 4 districts. And I don't know, and I can't say now what Peter is doing individually, but I know what I'm doing. And one of the single biggest challenges we have is that we have accepted that children can go to school. We as parents can accept that they are going to school specifically with a mission to fail. And I know today I am addressing a different kind of parent because I'm in a private school. But allow me to tell you who is here today, because you probably are going to be able to pass the message to a neighbor and to another person. In any case, you're also members of this community. And one of the biggest fallacies in life is that you can have your child succeed individually and you're going to enjoy life isolated as an island amongst many failures. It will not happen. It will not happen. As you sit back to enjoy your hard-earned resources, be it a nice home, a car, a good life, we all know, even from reading the papers and from our neighborhoods, that that enjoyment is constantly and rudely interrupted by others who are not as successful. And therefore it behoves us all to seriously think through the issue of what we can do to assist everyone in society, to produce a society made up of educated people, educated children, educated youth, and in the process increase the productive capacity of Kenya as a nation, so that we then grow as one, with a lifestyle to match, and in an environment in which you are compensated for your hard work and you are able to enjoy that compensation by way of a good lifestyle in a secure environment. And I'm saying all this because as I have traveled to all those schools, and allow me to clarify, you know it is true, and the DO mentioned, one of the reasons why, and please don't take it too negatively, I have not visited a lot of private schools, is because in addition to being a member of parliament for Juja, I have been a businessman in my life. I still am one. And I do not accept that politicians can walk in willy-nilly into my business without invitation. And therefore, when I see a school like this, much as I desire to enter, I must be humble enough to wait for an invitation. I cannot walk into people's homes because I am me and knock and say, I must be humble enough to remember this is a person's investment. There is a very serious program that goes on here, and my presence may very well be disruptive. And therefore it is important, and I'm very grateful to the director, to the headmistress, because I came here once, I had a long chat with them, I toured, I am back at the invitation, and please, I like being invited. You may not believe it, I just don't get enough invitations. So thank you very much. I am very grateful. And therefore, when we were doing our mocks, because I have embarked on a program that involves trying to lift the standards of Juja, and I'm very proud of the performance we've had last year. And we haven't worked as hard as we can. We are now in the new year, we have started. Those of you who may not be aware, when the standard 8 children reported to school, within a week, the entire Juja has sat its first set of exams sponsored by my office. Indeed, only, was it today we were finalizing or yesterday or whatever, we have just done the same exams for standard 6 and 7. And the reason I'm doing all this is, one, to give all the kids a chance to keep on evaluating themselves, but benchmarking as well against others. At the same time, in our public schools, we have a big problem of people not speaking in English. English composition and comprehension are issues. INSHA is an issue. And therefore, you will notice in the course of this whole year, standard 8, every week or every fortnight, we will have a composition, we'll have INSHA, and we'll have a speed test. The entire Juja. Initially, last year, these exams somehow were not available to private schools. I wish to apologize publicly. I have explained here to the principal, but I'll say it again to you, that when my office started distributing, there was a feeling that this is about public schools and that private schools do not need. Let me assure you, even the students in private schools belong to Juja and the parents are taxpayers of Juja. They must be afforded the same facilities. And in fact, I take a different view from all these